What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Godly Potential YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 steps that you can do to begin your spiritual journey. Now, I've been on my spiritual journey for a few years now, and the question has came up a couple times of where do I begin? How do I start? How do I go about this whole spiritual journey thing? Well, before I even get into the 5 steps, the first thing I want to say is that the fact that you're curious about it means that you have already started your spiritual journey. You're already walking your spiritual path. As well as, even if you are remotely interested in this spiritual stuff, based on the words of Bobby Hemmett, that you are one of the more evolved beings here on earth that reincarnated to have a certain experience. So I just want to leave you with that. But let's get into these 5 things that you can do today to begin your spiritual journey. Okay. Now I'm going to be looking down because I have a list. I got it written down here just so I don't forget anything. So the first thing is research what interests you. Okay. Like whatever comes up, research. Like just dive into it. If you're like anything like me when it comes to stuff that just interests me, it pretty much consumes me, and that's all I want to. That's all I want to think about. That's all I want to look up. That's all I want to talk about. That's all I want to hear about. Right. So, if you get that inkling to research something, do it, because what's ultimately happening is you have this future self, right? That's way in the future, right? That is your most evolved self, right? That future self is pulling you towards it in a sense, okay? So if you're just going about your normal reality, your normal day, and all of a sudden you get interested in researching, I don't know, magic, right? Or astral projection, lucid dreaming, stuff like that. Do it, because what's happening is your future self, like I said, is pulling you towards it. It's making you interested in these certain things because these certain things are going to lead you down a path that's going to ultimately get you to that end result. So that's the first thing. Research the stuff that interests you. Simple enough, right? Second step is get out in nature more. Reconnect with nature, because yes, it's the spiritual journey that we all are on, but this physical body comes from earth. It comes from nature. So by reconnecting to nature, I believe that reconnecting to nature, not only do you release negative energy out in nature when you're just grounded and you're rooted, right? You can get rid of negative energy by hugging a tree or just walking on bare grass or bare soil. But not only that, there's something about being out in a space that's just natural. Like you're not indoors in an enclosed space with all these electronics around you. You're not bombarded by a lot of people. You don't got a lot of shit affecting you. Especially if you can get somewhere where it's like quiet and there's like a lot of greenery. It's even better, because without all of those distractions, your mind begins to still more. It begins to settle, just like muddy water. If you leave it alone for a while, it will begin to settle and clear. Right? All that negative stuff will sink to the bottom. It's the same thing with your mind. So get out in nature more. You also begin to, not only will your mind begin to still more, you also begin to, I don't know, it's like, it's hard to explain, but when you're out in nature for a long period of time, it does something to you that I really can't explain. It changes you, okay? You begin to appreciate nature more. You begin to reconnect with it better, which in turn will settle the mind, which in turn will increase your intuition. And your intuition is ultimately your higher self, or that future potential self, that future potential outcome that is pulling you towards it. So by going out in nature, you're going to still your mind. You're going to get more in tune with your intuition, and that's going to ultimately help you be able to listen to that guidance more, which is ultimately going to help you be aware of the things that you become interested in. Going back to like the first step. Okay. Now that leads me right into step number 3, or the third thing that you can do, which is meditate. Okay. Find you a spiritual practice. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to join a Buddhist monastery, right? You don't have to go to a Buddhist temple in order to do this. No. Simply meditate in your home or wherever you're at. All you got to do is find a quiet space. You can sit cross-legged or you can sit in a chair. If you're sitting in a chair, make sure your back not resting against the back, because it's going to cause you to become so relaxed that you go like fall asleep. But if you sit in the chair just like I am, rest it, your head slightly forward, close your eyes, focus on your breathing, that's simply meditating, right? Thoughts are going to come up, but just ignore them and just revert back to focus on your breathing. Begin to do that, because just like I said, reconnecting with nature, how that's going to steal your mind. Meditation would do that. That's pretty much its purpose. Not only to steal your mind, but to reconnect you back to your spirit. Okay, so begin to meditate. Step number 3. It's really simple. Okay, then moving to the 4th step, which is look into spiritual, or disregard, look into energy. Okay, just simple energy. Okay, like, what is energy? What is frequency? Look into, does everything in the universe vibrates? Look up universal laws, like the law of attraction. That's real big. Okay, what is the law of attraction? Simple rundown of the law of attraction is basically when you put your mind, your attention, your energy on a certain thing, you begin to manifest it. And once you begin to focus on that, like I said, it manifests and it becomes reality. So just look into that. Look into the energy body, chakra systems, right? Crystals, energy healing, Reiki. Just begin to look in those beginner things, okay? Because then you're going to begin to realize, like, okay, well, according to Tesla, if you just look into energy, Tesla says that everything in this universe can be explained or understood through numbers, frequencies, and vibrations. Okay? Then you start looking more like, oh, everything in the universe is made of matter. Okay? And all matter has a frequency. All matter vibrates. Everything in the universe vibrates. So everything I'm looking at is vibrating. Okay? So do that. And then the 5th thing, the last thing, to help you begin your spiritual awakening journey or your spiritual journey, is to look into spiritual protection, spiritual cleansing. Because what I notice, as well as what I hear from a lot of other people, whether I'm coaching them or they're just asking me in passing, is, well, I really don't want to meditate, or I don't want to astral project, I don't want to lucid dream because I might see something that might scares me, or what if something like comes and try to attack me? My ancestors, are they negative? Well, you're going to have those thoughts too. It's natural, because especially if you got any type of psychic ability, you begin to meditate, you might begin to feel certain things, sense certain things, see certain things. Who knows? It depends on your lineage and your psychic development in previous lifetimes, as well as the person you are today. Okay, so begin to look up spiritual protection, because that's going to give you a level of security, because you know that, okay, well, my energy is clean. Okay, if I was to astral project in this meditation, I'm going to end up on that physical plane that corresponds with my resonance, with my frequency, with my vibration. So if I'm a high vibration person, if I cleanse myself routinely, then I'm not going to be on those lower levels. Okay, so just look into like spiritual cleansing. Like I made a video about spiritual cleansing on this channel. You can go check that out. But yeah, just get you like invest in like this. This is Florida water, right? It's a spiritual colonic. We got sage around here. Okay, you can check this out. It's a spiritual cleanser that I personally made, right? Palo Santo wood that cleanses as well as raises the frequency of the energy around you. I already mentioned sage. Crystals, like I said, I mentioned crystals in the 4th step. Certain crystals help removing negativity and keeping it away from you, like your energy field. Like this necklace. This here is actually a cosmic beacon. This connects you to your divine parents, right? Which are your spiritual parents. I mean, But that's another video. But yeah, it has certain black crystals on here that help rid you of negativity or negative energy. And mainly, most black crystals do that, like black onyx, black tourmaline, and obsidian. Okay, those crystals keep that away from you. So by looking into spiritual cleansing, spiritual protection, as well as you can look up banishing rituals. Okay, certain Kabbalistic crossing, like on all these things. What this is going to do is going to give you a certain level of security as well as protection. So if you are attempting to lucid dream or astral project and you're getting close, you're going to have that level of protection that's going to keep you pretty much grounded. You're not going to give into the fear as much. But not only that, because you're beginning this spiritual path, you're going to become aware. You're going to become more sensitive to the energies. So you're going to want to be able to cleanse yourself, okay? Because that can deter you. Because you got a lot of people in the world, on the internet mainly, saying, do not open your third eye, this happened, blah, 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 I'm terrified. Now they have pretty much schizophrenia because they're doing things that they didn't really have no business doing, or they focus so much on just wanting to open their physical sight, I mean, not the physical sight, the spiritual sight, that they did it without having any type of protection. That is silly. It's just like if you get in any type of martial arts, most of the time they're going to teach you defense before you teach you how to go offense. Okay, but those are the 5 steps. So recap: first of all, you're already walking on your spiritual path, so it already has begun. The first thing is just listen to whatever you're interested in, research that, and get into that, because your higher self is pulling you, or your future self is pulling you towards it. Okay, and it's all for a reason. You're interested in these things for a reason. Okay. The second thing was get out into nature. Okay, get out there. Meditate. Look into energy. The fourth thing. Look into law of attraction, crystals, energy body, chakras. Okay. Then the fifth thing was to basically look up spiritual protection, spiritual hygiene, spiritual cleansing. Because that's going to give you a certain level of security as well as protection. Right? Spiritual protection. But those are the 5 things that help you begin your spiritual awakening journey or your spiritual journey. Hope that it helps. If it did, be sure to give a thumbs up. If you got any questions, leave in the comments. I'll get back to you, or I'll make a video on that comment. Okay. If you feel like this video could help others, be sure to share it, subscribe for more. But until next time, I'm out. Peace.